there are certain positions or types of jobs that you just simply won't have or have the opportunity to do if you don't have an MBA. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just the case.
I had about 12 years of experience, many years in management, and it became very apparent to me that I needed to get to further my education in order to move up in corporate America.
After 15 years in the workplace, I think I've learned a lot through experience that I believe you will only learn through experience. However, it just, the timing was finally right for me to come back to school, test sort of what I've learned against the best practices that you're exposed to in an academic setting.
For me, GE has been a fantastic company to work for, and actually still is. But there becomes a point when people around you start talking the same language. And you know, being there for 10 years, you see sort of the same things be brought up again and again. And I thought this would be an opportunity to meet people that came from a different background, whether it's someone from a smaller company or someone in just a different industry in general. And I wanted to learn more and branch out from these folks and understand how they ran meetings, you know, how they got ideas flowing, any of those issues that maybe we see every day in GE, but I don't get to see what other folks are doing.
Eventually, I want to be the C-level executive in the next 5 years, so I want to get the knowledge now and start preparing for that.
The education that you receive here at USF really helps you to discover who you are. I discovered who I was by coming here. I came in here for the reasons of climbing the corporate ladder, and I obtained many tools that helped me do that. But in really looking deeply within myself about what I'd like to do in life, it really became apparent that education was a primary area that I wanted to focus on, and really helping other people become great leaders was something I really wanted to focus on.
USF fit my overall life and schedule and my goals better than any other program. First of all, the schedule of primarily Saturday classes, although nobody likes to give up most of their Saturdays for a year and a half, just worked better for me than needing to go to class at night after I've worked a long day.
My process for looking at a school was I wanted to make sure I got the right fit, and I looked at probably 4 or 5 different programs, and it's hard to explain, but for me the experience was really, it felt right, almost as if you walk into a new home, an apartment, you knew you were home. That's what USF felt to me, and everybody has their own experiences and what's right, but really for me, just talking to the faculty, meeting some of the current students, you could tell that this university was different, and that's what really sold me on USF.
Even though my schedule is far more impacted than it was prior to being in school, it actually ironically provides an opportunity to step back and look at bigger picture things, look at my business from a strategic standpoint, and help our company sort of make the right steps necessary to continue to move forward.
I think most of the professors understand our experience as executives, so the level of teaching is at that level instead of starting from very basic, and the workload is customized to our life and school and other balance that we have to do. So they're very flexible with the schedule, and they're very flexible with the assignments that they give, and they're more relevant to the current economic conditions and the current positions that we are in.
The cohort program at USF is I would say a huge selling point. The fact that you were able to move through this entire program, whether it's the 15-month or the 19-month program, with the same core group of people, really provides an excellent opportunity to not only just network, but build real relationships, whether it's friendships, colleagues, that sort of thing. And quite frankly, I mean, I've learned probably as much from my peers as from some of the course materials in many ways, just because you've got so many people from so many varied backgrounds with such rich experiences.
Coming from a large company, we have a lot of ideas and a lot of processes that are very set. And working in teams here, You get to meet people that run their own business, that are maybe working in a smaller group, to understand what their ideas are. And running a small business or working for a startup is very different than working for a company, a larger company that's established themselves for 100+ years. So when you start talking about ideas and working together, you really can facilitate some great conversation with individuals that have a completely different perspective. But if you can step out of your role and understand where they're coming from, I mean, you'd really get some fantastic dialogue.
There are other universities in the Bay Area. 90% of them are IT or tech students. I didn't want to be with them because I come from backgrounds. I wanted a different experience. USF students are very diverse. We have people from biotech or healthcare, IT, engineering, medicine. So that's the reason. So if you're looking for diversity, USF is the one.
Particularly in an MBA for Executives program, most of us have been out of school for a long time. And so while it's a little difficult to get back into the rigors of academia, it's a good thing to get you back into that process of just of reading, writing, thinking critically, and exploring ideas. And I think that the return on investment for expanding your perspective that much is infinite.
I think the professors at USF, to me, have opened up sort of that left brain, right brain balance. And by that I mean, the courses I took in undergrad for economics and accounting are nothing like what I learned today. These teachers apply business practices from the Wall Street Journal, The Economist, things that relate to everyday society. And to me, that's what I'm here for, not to read out of a book. And then the right brain piece of it is also really the seller. I mean, that to me hits home. This school is just known for its entrepreneurship, and some of the teachers and their backgrounds and what they've developed and really have given a more organic growth to what I want to do with my career. So I think that creative piece, that right brain side, is really what has gotten me to think and act in different ways that I never even really imagined.
It definitely gives me the confidence and the boost that I need to get to the next level of my career. The way I say it, this is a bridge between where I am to where I want to be in the future.
USF has lived up to all my expectations. In fact, even people in my work can notice a difference in things that I've learned and things that I'm implementing. It's really given me a new life and almost a new breath in business and understanding and really understanding how folks do business outside of the world I'm used to in the box that I operate in. So I couldn't be happier with the decision.
The reasons that I picked USF were very cut and dry, very business oriented, very black and white, but the person that it made me become, the change that I made, the shift that I made while in classes here and interacting with the students and professors here was a very profound experience that I didn't expect.
The most important thing, I think, about deciding on a program, and USF in particular, I think, is just to it really gets back to the Jesuit tradition of education, which is educating the whole person. It's not just about bottom line type of thinking. It's really about, how do we improve ourselves in a holistic manner to make choices that not only improve our own life, but the people that perhaps work for us, the people that we interact with on a regular basis, and the community in which we live. It's really a strong emphasis, and I would say that any program that someone considers should speak to all those aspects.
I think as a prospective student, you got to consider what it is you want out of your MBA. If you're doing this to hang a degree on the wall, maybe this isn't the right university for you. But if you really want an experience and you want to meet grade top A professors and you want to work with students that are CEOs and have really run companies or major leaders in bigger businesses, there is not a better university that you can attend here in the Bay Area without a doubt. And I have looked all around and I can't tell you how impressed I am with just the students and faculty around me.